Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Turtle. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you will love this vibe, and everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This can be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. And if you like a personal read, just simply email me and I'll hook you up, hook you up, hook you up. Remember that tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule. And it's a good idea to have an empty cup when you are on Lady Noble's channel and you really want to see what's up. As you see, I have a divination board out today. And before we begin, we're going to do a one question, one answer. But before we do, let's do two deep breaths. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Hold for 3 seconds and simply gently release. Okay? Breathe in, release. Breathe in, release. Now I'll give you a few moments to think of the question that you would like to ask. All right, now I'll begin the pendulum. Oh, okay. Wow, 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 wow. The consistency that I have collected is April, May, Taurus, Gemini, Wednesday, Saturday, Scorpio, Sagittarius, and November. Again, the consistency I have collected is April, May, Taurus, Gemini, Wednesday, Saturday, Scorpio, Sagittarius, and November. So take those answers in account to according to the question that you asked. Only you know what you asked. And now we're going to tap into the tarot. Thank you all for stopping by and saying hi. All are welcome on this channel. All contributions are highly appreciated. Okay. Ooh, I need to use y'all a little more. Y'all a little shapely. Two more. Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long time, and count the days, collective. Spirit say it's been a long time, and for you to count the days. That's for someone, whatever that is pertaining to. It's been a long time for you to count the days, okay? With the Four of Swords, you could be in the energy collective of needing rest, okay? Maybe you're having some kind of nightmares or some kind of dreams that are making you uncomfortable, okay? Maybe you have been trying to interpret these dreams or figure out what they mean, what they mean, not need. Mean. Okay, maybe you're having nightmares or well, I call it communication. I don't even, you know what? I don't even communicate. You're having, okay. You're having astral communication. It's like I don't like using the word dreams anymore. I really don't. I say it, but I don't like using it. But you could be needing to get some rest or find a way to rest more. Spirit is saying, for whoever this is who's having nightmares, you could be needing rest from feeling overwhelmed from your day-to-day schedule, your day-to-day routine. But whoever you are, you could be having dreams, when you astral travel, that are dark to you. Maybe they scare you, maybe they haunt you. Spirit is saying be mindful of what you are partaking in, absorbing at least maybe 30 minutes before you go to bed to an hour. Be mindful. You're going to watch something scary, balance that out. Watch a cartoon behind it. But there's a need for you to do some grounding and do some balancing, okay, within your daily life. I'm picking up on the energy of someone who's very busy. You're around a lot of different people each and every day on a daily basis. Your job could incorporate you dealing with the public. life in courts, all of us dealing with the public. But whatever you do for a living, whether you work for yourself or you work for some company, some brand, you are in an exchange of energy with a lot of different people. So you need to practice some spiritual hygiene in a way to ground yourself. You can do some research on these things because what works for one doesn't work for all. So I always say do research, okay? But you want to practice some spiritual hygiene on a regular basis. Do some cleansing. Be mindful of what you absorb and grounding work as well. There could be something bothering you that you fear that you are not sharing with anyone. This may be interpreted in your dream as if someone is chasing you or you feel like something is after you or trying to come for you. This is just a metaphor. This is not a literal sense, okay? Spirit is saying you're really trying to figure this out. This is for someone, not for everyone. Take what resonates. The next card is the Eight of Cups, okay? Like I said, you're very busy on a daily collective, extremely busy, okay? And you're around a lot of different energies, a lot of different people, possibly shaking hands, exchanging items. You could be someone who works in a clothing store, okay? This reading is not to project fear or any negative energy, okay? But just for you to take it into consideration to find a way to make sure. And when I say cleansing, we're not talking about regular soap and water. Do some research. I don't care if you have to smudge yourself before, after you get off work and before you walk into your home, whether you want to keep some Palo Santo in your glove department or make you some kind of spray. There's a lot of things you can do. Okay, whether you want to carry some bells with you. Okay, get you a rattle or whatever you need to do. But there's a need for you just to clear the energy each and every day when you come off of work, off of your job, or when you close your business. You could be an entrepreneur. You could own a boutique. You could sell items for a living. You could sell oils, soaps, lotions. I'm picking up on someone who's an entrepreneur. You have a lot of patrons. You have a lot of customers. Even when they're not shopping, you do a lot of interaction, a lot of communication with people. You could be very popular, very well known in your neighborhood, in your community, or wherever this business is store. You could even have a table set up in the storefront selling your items. There's nothing wrong with that. You go. Business is business, okay? But there's a need for you to take that into account, okay? Because the energy that you is feeling is not what you think. And here it goes again. It could all be so simple. Okay, whether I'm off key or not. But you'd rather make it hard. It's very simple. It's not what you think. Spirit is saying don't feed the fears. It is not what you think, collective. It is not what you think. There is no one after you. This is just a need for you to practice spiritual hygiene. There is no one trying to manipulate energy. You could be someone who watches a lot of tarot, a lot of divination videos. And maybe you hear a lot of readers talk about energy being manipulated. No one is doing anything to harm you, Spirit is saying. You could have been trying to figure things out for a while, but you do not have to put too much energy contemplating. You may be someone who has to have a glass of wine when you get off of work each and every night. Spirit is saying be mindful of overindulging, okay? Confirmation. Partaking into too many alcoholic beverages can allure dark energy towards you, negative energy, even if it's just shaking a customer's hand or saying, have a great day, or you're giving them their money, exchanging money from hand to hand. Someone owns a business, a boutique, a store, or something. Someone, hey, you, hey, because I'm seeing it. Like you're giving someone their change. Yeah, so be mindful of overindulging in vices after work. See, there's 4 glasses here. To each his own. You can do whatever you want to do. This is just a message. But whenever you do partake in vices, it does allure negative energy to gravitate towards your aura. Facts. Do some research. You don't believe it. Facts. Okay? You can do what you want. It's just the truth. Okay? The next card we have here is the Two of Cups. You could also be picking up energy from your spouse. This is a message. Don't get angry. And when I say picking up energy from your spouse, we're talking about energetically. Okay? We all have different belief systems. We all have different lifestyles. We're supposed to. But there are a lot of times where there's things taking place and going on and we're not aware. Everyone doesn't know everything. Okay? Your spouse could not be aware that when he or she is at work or out and about on a daily just minding their business, that the people they are around may have energy attachments. This is not to project fear. This is a reading for you to be more mindful. Because your ancestors don't want you to feel like you're having a tower moment and it's not real. This is other people's energy. And you're picking up on it or you're around it, okay? And it may be out of your control if you're at work. But there are things you can do. There's no need to be afraid. There's nothing to fear because fear doesn't, exist as false evidence appearing real. But there's things that can be done about it. A lot of simple, easy things that will make you feel a whole lot better when you can get a good night's rest. Very simple, small things that doesn't cost you a dime. Some of them may cost you a couple of dimes, but there's a lot of them that'll cost you nothing at all. Okay, very simple. So, do some research on those things. Yep. You could be someone when you hear different noises or creaks in your home that may startle you as well. Okay. So if you are someone who watches a lot of divination videos, just be mindful, okay? It's okay to enjoy something. This may be a gift that you may be being prepared to learn about divination. Maybe this is something that's supposed to be on your path, but make sure you are always protecting yourself, okay? Whether it's getting you a crystal, a stone, smudging, whether you got some herbs, mojo bag, whatever it is, okay? Do some research on these things. There is balance waiting to be restored so that you're able to get this rest. And it's very simple, Spirit is saying, very simple. And you'll feel so much better. You're going to feel so much better. But no one is doing anything to harm you, collective. What we constantly saturate ourselves around can become embedded in our aura, in our spirit, sometimes in our psyche, our conscious. We have to be mindful of what we are absorbing, what we are watching, what we are listening to. And if you're watching videos and they're constantly, I'm not calling anyone false or a liar, but this is for the person who's feeling like someone is after them. This is not for everyone, but this is for someone. Spirit wants you to know no one is after you and no one is trying to harm you. It's the repetitiveness of you hearing about people manipulating energy or doing magic on other people. And so when something goes wrong or you hear a creak at night, maybe you don't want to get out the bed to pee or what's that? Who's that? Don't feed the fears. Okay? No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Spirit wants you to know that you are protected and for you to stay centered and aligned and begin to work on grounding yourself. And if you are feeling confirmation, if you are feeling confused or you're unsure of the things I'm speaking on, Sources saying you can even do something as simple as read a scripture on a daily, but find a way to uplift your energy and bring yourself into alignment. You are loved and you are protected, but no one is doing anything to harm you. And I'm being told to repeat that because there are people who assume from hearing that repetitively that someone is doing something, and then they dabble in areas of magic that they are not familiar with. And there are repercussions that are real from dabbling in areas that we know nothing about or we're not familiar about. It takes more than watching a video to learn how to partake in anything accurately and safely. There are repercussions. It's law. With every action, there is a reaction, and you want to be mindful of being on the brunt end or the repercussion because you assumed someone was doing something to you and you chose to indulge in an area that you are not familiar with. It takes more than just watching a video. Be mindful. Yes, we have free will, but Spirit is saying be mindful. You're already protected. Surrender your fears. And that's like I just said, if you are unsure or not ready, or I don't know, you don't like crystals, but they're part of Mother Earth, so I don't know why would you fear a crystal? You know, this is a layer of Mother Earth, Mother Gaia. That's where it comes from. You know, these layers here come out the mountains here, you know. But either way, beyond my sarcasm, you can do something as simple as go into your scripture, prayer, whatever works for you. Okay? Because there is someone who is considering possibly retaliating because they're assuming someone's doing something to them, and Spirit is saying no one is doing nothing to you. That's why I'm being told to repeat that. Because your ancestors don't want you receiving the repercussion that can be more extreme than you are assuming. Okay? They want you to stay in the light with your actions as well as your mental space as well. When you feed the fears, you give your power away. But when you stand 10 toes down and make sure you're mindful of what you're absorbing, people, places, and things that you are involving yourself with, your frequency and your vibration is too high. And those low vibrational energies have no place in your environment. They cannot touch you nor harm you. So once again, before we close out, it's very important because there's someone who's considering partaking in some things that maybe someone has geeked them up about. Maybe they've seen a video and they're curious. And your ancestors are saying, be mindful because there are repercussions and situations that you can get in that could be harmful. I didn't want to say it. They made me say the word. Okay? So stay in the light. Stay positive. Don't feed the fears. When you do, you give your power away. So find something for you to bring you back into alignment. Even if it's just a scripture. Go into your book of Psalms. Pick one from there. That's all I'll say. This concludes the read. I trust and hope that it assists you for your highest good. Later.